Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is YAHMAD. Today we're going to be completing a March 2018 Paper 2 from the CIE Information and Communication Technology IGCSE course. So Paper 2 is a 2-hour and 30-minute long practical paper. In previous videos I've already completed the document production and data manipulation parts, which is the word and database activities. Now we're going to be looking at completing presentations for this particular paper. So let's scroll down to page 10. Okay, so task 5, presentation. So basically we're going to be creating a short presentation about new building developments for the university. The presentation should be based on a master slide that you will design. You must make sure that there's consistency in terms of layout for the slides, so all of the slides look the same. The first slide is a title slide, which we'll come back to, and no objects overlap. So before we can do anything, let's open up PowerPoint. Okay, and what we want to do is click on blank presentation. And the first thing we should do once we've opened up PowerPoint is to import this RTF file. So we're going to create a presentation of 5 slides using this file here, so 1803 presentation.rtf. So if I go to File, Open, Browse, and if we go to the March 2018 Paper 2 files, go to the source folder. You need to make sure, if you want to see and select a file, you need to make sure you've selected all files on this option here. And let me just double check again. So it's 1803 presentation. So this is a file that we need. It's in an RTF format right now. If I press open, it should give us a new presentation with 5 slides. Okay, so it's just loading. Here we go. So let's click enable editing. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So before I do anything, I want to save this presentation. I think it will ask me at the end to save the presentation. Yeah, but let's do it now. So to save the presentation, you go to File, Save As, Browse. Let's save it into the same folder with the source files. So March 2018, and yeah, we can leave that name. Welcome to our presentation. Save. Okay, so let's go to the first slide. The first slide should be a title slide. Okay, so what we need to do is click on Layout and select Title Slide. Okay, so that's that part done. Okay, so format slide 1, which is what we just looked at. So it's a title slide and the layout is applied. So that's literally what we did. So here we have lots of different layouts, and I've applied the title slide layout to the first slide. That's what we had to do. Okay, the title and subtitles are placed in the center of the slide. So by default, that's what's happened here. Yep, I'm happy. That's in the center of the slide. Your name appears after the text presentation by. So what I need to do is insert my name here. Okay, done. Let's save the changes. Okay, so what's next? Question 30. Using a single master slide to display at least. So use a single master slide to display at least 4 of the following features on all slides. So we're going to make a slide master. So to get into the slide master view, if you click on view, slide master. And before I read the question, I want to explain why we use the slide master. So if I go to the top slide and if I insert a shape, for example, like this, yeah, I'm happy with that. You'll see this shape appears on all the different layouts. Now, if I close the slide master, you'll see this shape has appeared on all slides. Okay. But what are we meant to do? So let's read the question. So, use a slide master to display at least 4 of the following features on all slides. So these may include text, lines, logos, images, slide numbers, colors, or template. You may have animations or transitions. Okay, so what we're going to do first of all is let's go to View, Slide Master. Let's go to the top slide. This is a slide which we want to edit. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is maybe include a title which will go to the top of the slide. So I'm going to copy the university name. So we're going to place this at the top of the slide. So the first thing we're going to do is insert some text. Okay. So if I go to my presentation, I'm going to move this box down, and I'm going to move this box down. This refers to the slide heading. Then I'm going to insert a text box, and then I'll copy and paste in the title for my university. Okay, you can increase the size. Maybe we can have it right aligned. I don't want the italic. Okay, let's make it right aligned. Okay, the second thing that I'm going to include in my slide master is some lines. So if I click on insert, shapes, and I'm going to draw a line that goes across. It doesn't really matter what color it is, it's just another feature that I'm going to include. Let's just make it black, doesn't really matter. And maybe a line that goes down the side like this as well, perhaps. Again, we can make it black. Maybe I want to make this line a little bit more thicker. Okay, so that's 2 elements so far. Okay, let's include slide numbers now. That's quite easy to include. Okay, so if I click on insert, header and footer, and then if I tick the option for slide number, you'll see this becomes active now. Click on apply to all, and then what we can do is we can move this slide number to any position on this slide master. So maybe let's position it in the top left. Let's just move this line slightly to the right. We want to make sure nothing's overlapping, and then we can left align this slide number. So we've got 3 different features so far. So let's just move that heading up. Let's move that there. Okay, we can also maybe include a logo or an image. So let me just see. Maybe, and then click on picture. And if we go to the source folder, there's a picture of it looks like the university building. So let's import this. And then let's resize the picture here. So I want to maintain the aspect ratio. So yeah, let's just click on here to resize. So I've got my 4 different elements. I'm also going to include an additional element, maybe some animations. So I don't have to include a 5th one, but I am going to. So let's leave that picture in the bottom. I want to make sure nothing is overlapping, so we can move that, or maybe make this box like this. Okay. I think eventually we also need to, so your name, center number, and candidate number needs to appear and must also be on the slide master. So this is an extra attribute. So to insert your name, you need to again click on insert header and footer. Click on footer, and make sure you include your name. So my name, 5678, I'll use that for the center number. 1234, I'll use that as my candidate number. Click on apply to all. You can move this into a different location, but I think it's fine where it is. You can make it bolder, you can change the color if you wanted to. You can make it a little bit bigger as well, so it doesn't really matter. So I've got my 4 elements. So the first element was the university title, and then it created some lines. That was the second element. I've got some slide numbers, I've got a picture, and then we've also included my name. Later on, it's going to basically ask us evidence 11, which is optional, any other additional print screens into evidence documents of any features that you've used that can't be shown in the printout. So we can't evidence that we've applied animations. Okay, so what I'm going to do, when you print out, for example, so what I'm going to do, this is extra, you don't have to do this, but I just want to show you. If I go to animations, and then let's say, for example, if we click on the title, add animation, let's make it flying, for example. Okay, I'm not sure what's happened there. Yep, and then maybe this here will also fade in. Okay, and this will also let's say zoom in, for example. Okay, so these are additional features I have included. So obviously when you do print out, the animations can't be evidenced. So what we can do is we can take a print screen of this. Okay, and then for any additional features you may have added, we can include it for evidence 11. So if I go to my evidence document, evidence 11, it is optional, but if you do want to show additional features that can't be shown in a printout, so you can print screen it and place it into the evidence document. So let's just crop off the part which we don't need, and then we can resize. And here there's evidence that we've included animation. Right, so that's that part done. So if I close the slide master, you'll see all of these features have now been applied to every slide. Okay, so the 4 features that we applied, the first feature was that heading for the university, and then we put some lines in, and then we put slide numbers in which change on every slide, and then we also included a picture. The 5th element, which was additional, was the animation. So if I go to slideshow from the beginning and previous slideshow, if we click, we can see we've got some animation on our presentation. Obviously this will not be evidenced when printed, so that's why I've taken a print screen to show you this. Right, so what's the next thing we need to do? Okay, so question 31 on the slide, the building program. So let's find that particular slide, this one here. Yep. Create a table with 5 rows and 5 columns. So let's get rid of this. We need to create a table, so let's click on Insert, Table, and I want to select 5 rows and then 5 columns. So it's going to be 5 by 5. Let's move this below the heading. Okay. Place the contents of the file 1803 table.rtf into this table here. So let me just find that file. So here we go. Okay, so let me see how many rows we have here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. So it matches exactly. So in the first column, we missed the first cell, and we need to include phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and phase 4 in the first column. So let's paste it in. Okay. So since we're only changing a number, you don't need to copy and paste it again. We can just change the number. So 3, 4. Okay, let's go back to the table. Let's put these headings in now. So, let's just do one column again, one column at a time. So in the second column, we've got the heading building. I wonder if I copy in like this. So if I press copy, and then if I right click, yeah, so we can select this option here, keep use destinations. Oh, it doesn't really matter about the formatting actually for now. So we copy them in. What we're going to do, let's copy the next 2 columns in. So copy, we have to make sure this cell is empty. Yep, so use destination styles. Yep, this cell has remained empty. And then finally, let's copy in the contents of the last column. Okay. Right, that's that done. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to make sure the text is all the same size, so it's just consistent. So let's say 12 Calgary. Okay, and then the headings, let's make them all the same. Calgary 18 and bold. Okay, and we want the text to be in the middle of the cell. Okay, why is this one not changing? Departments. There we go. Actually, that will do. Right. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else to do. So we've placed the contents now into that particular slide. Insert a new row at the top of the table. Okay. So let's click on the table. Just right-click our mouse, and then we can use this option here. So insert a row above. Merge the cells in this row and enter the title Planned Development Phases. So if I highlight all of these cells, we can right click and then we can select Merge Cells, and then I can enter the title Planned Development Phase. Again, this text here has changed, so let me just okay, so there we go. At least it's consistent now. Okay, so we merge, we've entered the title. Let's now save the presentation. Okay, and I think that should be it. Yeah. We're going to print all the slides as handouts with a layout of 2 slides per page. Make sure the text on the slides is easy to read. So let's just increase the size of this text now, actually, because we want to make sure the text is easy to read. Let's increase the size of the table, making sure nothing's overlapping. The first column, we can decrease the size. Okay. So before we send this to the printer, I just want to check to see if the text on each slide is clear and easy to read. There's nothing overlapping. So the first slide, we've applied the title style as requested in the exam paper. So if we go up again, yeah, so the first slide is a title slide. We want to make sure there's consistency in terms of layout. So as you can see, the same formatting has been applied to every slide. The text is nice and clear to read. Okay, there's no objects that overlap. And now, finally, we've finished this part of the paper, so we can print the slides as handouts, 2 slides per page. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to go to File and then Print, and then you need to select 2 slides per page. So if you go to the first printout or the first page, you'll have the title slide and then the first actual slide, which is a building program, the digital experience, what it means for you, and then finally working together. So here's all of the slides, and you want to send this to a printer. Okay, so before we do press the print button, make sure your name, candidate details is on your presentation. So my name is here at the front, and then my name also appears on the footer at the bottom of each slide as well. So this is good to print, so we can send that to the printer. Right, is there anything else left in this paper? So we did take the evidence, the optional screenshots of the animation. Obviously this can't be evidence when you're printing, so that wasn't optional. So imagine here you've only managed to get 3 different features, so text, lines and slide numbers, and there's no pictures or logos or anything else that you can think of doing. Then you can add animations and then take an additional print screen. Okay, so that's the presentations part done. At the end of the paper, you would finish off the evidence document. So where's the evidence document gone? So this is my evidence document. Once this is finished and you've checked it, then you can print this off. So File and Print. Okay, so here we've got some evidence for the Word document. If we go forward, and then evidence of the tables used in database, evidence of the relationship between the 2 tables. So you'll notice print screens are really clear, evidence of the new form that we created and the new record which has been entered, and then we've got evidence of the date field for the mail merge, evidence of the filtering used in mail merge to select specific recipients, there's a question that we had to answer, and then finally the final printout of the evidence shown animations in our presentations. So this is good to print out, and we've come to the end of the March 2018 paper. Thank you for your time. Please drop your comments below. Please like and share this video, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the channel. Thanks again for your time.